Obviously, we didn't talk about because it's slightly old news now, the CPI inflation rates, and before the show,
Yeah.
you were talking about what you're doing, so that might be a really good segue to discuss that.
Yeah. So before the show, we are just discussing what's going on with interest rates and what's going on with inflation and how we can potentially make income from this crash. Because reality is, moments like this is what builds, people for their wealth. A lot of huge wealth transfer is done during this time. But the difference is that the people that have money, they can invest now because they're getting things everything has discount. And
Mm.
but we were usually like, a lot of people were having money due to mortgages or having money due on loans and on interest. And this is one of the reasons why it's important to acknowledge that interest is an issue in society, because it starts making you behave in a way which is actually detrimental to yourself and society. The rich keeps getting richer, which I'm showing you right now, and the poor keeps getting poorer. What I was just talking to Moby. I'm thinking about, because like into real estate and into other things right now, to go into either fractional real estate investing or just general real estate investing, because right now in Canada, few points interest rates are increasing on a monthly basis, and we're already seeing like the house that I live in, like all across this road, there's so many houses that just have a for sale sign that's just gone up. And it's because of those guys who picked up those mortgages cannot pay up those variable loan based monthly payments, and so they're just selling. So the supply is increasing, demand is actually going to stay constant or even go down a little bit because people can't afford to pay as much, and so then there's going to be a decrease in the prices of the houses and real estate. And it's not only going to be felt here; it's going to be felt internationally. So, um,
100%.
there's an opportunity coming, and if you can figure out a way, to start accumulating funds so you can go into something like this, or start accumulating from now for the next crash, so then you can go in whole. And or what I like to do is make micro investments in multiple areas where you can for cheaper real estate. And then when the time comes, when you see the peak, you sell them, hold the cash, or hold it in gold, because gold is liquid and it's very strong and it'll constantly go up, or hold it in crypto, and then when the time comes, you can cash out and get something in real estate, and then you got yourself real estate in a prominent area which you wanted, instead of those some micro investments here and there. So, and I've talked about this on my personal channel also, and I was just telling that to Moby. Anyway, so there's that. Moby, there's a few other things that I think I can share in regards to how people can take this as an opportunity to make money in even just in crypto world for the future. Second thing is, right now a lot of the miners are going up for sale for cheap, because operationally it is more expensive for Bitcoin miners to run operations, and also a lot of Ethereum miners are closing down because they're going to be moving to proof of staking, and so they're selling off their miners. This is a chance for you to buy these machines for cheaper or normal cost, because these things were like twice as expensive like in the last few months. You buy at normal cost or even cheaper, and you can set them up in your house for not mining Bitcoin or Ethereum, but rather mining tokens which are being neglected, but they have a good future.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
proof of work hasn't finished.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
sorry.
sorry to interrupt you. The
Yeah,
lag.
it's all
You're
good.
absolutely right. Like, people don't realize that Bitcoin proof of work, that's not going to go anywhere for forever. Litecoin
Yeah.
as well. Like, Litecoin is a huge. Litecoin is used in transactions in South America. It's actually used as currency. In a small setting. That's proof of work as well. So sorry to interrupt you there, but yeah, there are still a lot of very long-term coins that have been around for a long time that are proof of
Mhm.
work that you could mine and sell.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, there's that opportunity. Plus, right now you can look into the real estate stuff, but also you can look into. There's a lot of stocks and cryptos which are cheap right now, like heavy discounts. And I would say, after every crash, 90% of tokens don't exist for the next bull market, but the 10% that exist are usually linked to some concept of utility, use case, and problem solving, other than Dogecoin and Shiba Inu and these guys, because they somehow survive every time. But
They're
you know,
like cockroaches. They're like cockroaches, aren't
yeah,
they?
they're like
They don't
cockroaches no
die.
matter what
They
happens.
don't die.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so this is something I want to share. What are you doing in this crash? Maybe to maybe save as much as you can, but also maybe potentially make profits.
See, very good question. My situation's a little bit different because obviously I run my own digital marketing company. But one of
Yeah.
the things I was saying in 2020, I released a video ages ago, is I was looking at the historical data, not data, the I guess the facts around what happens during recessions, where
Mm.
like brands actually invested. So you look at brands like Kellogg's and all those, those other brands, when there were recessions, 1929 crash, whatever, the brands that actually invested in funds and marketing were the ones that had stronger brand equity and were a lot stronger out of the crash. So on
Yeah.
my personal business side, because I don't do any property because I'm focusing on my business right now, we're investing in marketing. So we've hired
Nice.
another full timer. We're not going where other brands, and I can see, and Ahmed, this is the thing, like as when you trade, like whether you're putting money in for your own business or you're putting investments, you almost have to go against that feeling because you don't want to, because you're scared. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know if I want, but that's what everyone's feeling. And we've spoken about this
Yeah.
many, many
The
times. You do
fear
the
and
opposite of the
yeah.
market,
Yeah.
like, but that's what you're supposed to do. So I'm actually investing on that side. And on my investment side, the only thing I really invest in is crypto, is I'm DCAing in. But I'm also looking, speaking of, projects that are going to be around forever, on the stock side, I wasn't looking at Amazon. I wasn't looking at Tesla. I wasn't looking at FANG stocks, the Facebooks, Apple, Netflix. I wasn't looking at any of those because they were completely they're so oversold and so mainstream that they have an acronym.
Yeah.
But now I
Yeah.
am
Yeah.
actually looking, like I'm looking, if we do hit a crash and Tesla falls below $500, I'm like, wow, that's a bargain. When you're looking at $1,400 or whatever Tesla used to be, I think it was
Yeah.
more like $1,200. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So, but yeah, on a very similar mind frame than yourself, Ahmed, but obviously, different flavors.